wary in case of a trap. When he reached her, Brighde was kneeling but nearly unable to keep her head up. She swayed as she had no energy left to fight the wind that rattled the windows and made her teeth clack together as she shivered. Alex sat on his haunches as he looked at the woman. Brighde looked into Alex's eyes and thought she was seeing an angel.
"Am I dead now after all of this? Which clan are you?" she croaked.
"Sinclairs. Who are you, lass? What are you doing out here alone in this gale?"
Alex couldn't resist the urge to reach out and brush away the hair that was plastered to her face. The light from the wall walk made it only slightly easier for him to see her. As he moved her hair away, she pitched forward as her eyes rolled back. Alex caught her against his chest and could feel the tremors that shook her slight frame. He could feel how her sodden clothes clung to her. He leaned her back slightly and supported her with his knee. Her lashes fluttered briefly. The last words Brighde squeezed out were,
"Help me, please. Help."
With that, her eyes shut again. Alex wasn't sure if she lived or just died in his arms. He pressed his head forward and rested his ear against her lips. When he felt the soft puff of air, he felt himself shudder with relief. He lifted Brighde into his arms and ran back to the gate. As he rushed into the bailey, he began calling orders.
"Someone fetch Hagatha. Go for the healer. I dinna care what she's doing. Unless she's delivering a bairn or sewing someone shut, she's to come to the keep. Now!" Alex bellowed.
Alex sprinted up the stairs leading to the massive doors that would allow him entrance into the great hall. He had to shift Brighde slightly to free a hand to open the door, and then used his shoulder to nudge it farther. It was a relief when the wind helped him push it wide. He ran across the great hall, once again calling out orders.
"Elspeth, Elspeth, bring something warm to drink. Someone bring up the tub."
When Alex reached the stairs, he took them 2 and 3 at a time. He didn't give a second thought to where he was taking her. He jogged down to his chamber's door and shouldered that open too. He left the door wide open in his hurry to get her somewhere warm and safe. He gently laid the mystery woman on his bed and turned to stoke the fire. After the flames blazed, he rushed back to the bed. He thought to remove her shoes and stockings, but only then did he realize she wasn't wearing any. Alex could see her swollen ankles, and when he looked at her soles, he almost retched. They looked like someone had carved into them. Some cuts were so deep that they had become infected. There were scratches across the top of her feet, and he could see the beginnings of some that reached up her calf. He once again lifted her into his arms and moved to the chair in front of the fire. With his foot hooked around the leg, he pulled the chair as close to the fire as he dared. He had just settled into the chair when Hagatha bustled into the room with Laird Liam Sinclair on her heels. Alex could barely spare a glance at either of them, as he intently stared down at the unconscious form in his arms. Absent-mindedly, he rubbed circles on her back, hoping to warm her even a little.
"She collapsed in my arms after asking where she was. When I told her, she thanked God and then shut her eyes. They have no opened since."
Alex continued to gaze at her. With the light of the fire and her hair out of the way, Alex could finally completely see her face. She was lovely, beautiful. She may well be the finest woman I have ever seen. What could have befallen her that she turns up on our doorstep in this weather and in this condition? Alex took in her features. Her eyes were slightly wide apart and tilted up at the corners like a cat. Her button nose was straight and proportionate to her face. Her mouth had full lips and was wide as well. Her individual features might not have been the mark of beauty, but when put together she was exceptionally good-looking. Alex had been right in his estimation of her hair. It was like wet, spun flax. Parts were so light they almost looked white. Her skin was nearly alabaster, but he suspected that was more from her current condition than her true coloring. She had a light smattering of freckles that led him to think she usually spent time in the sunshine.
"Did she say who she was, or why she travelled alone so far north?"
Liam asked.